At first, the conversation sounded ordinary. Someone casually talking about relationships, about wanting a partner who would still wake up early for the gym no matter how late the night before had been. The kind of small, everyday detail people share when they're imagining what a perfect relationship might look like. Then the tone shifted. Questions started surfacing about the past, about connections, about whether certain lines had ever been crossed. And the answer was immediate. No, never. There had never been anything romantic there. Yes, there had been friendship. There had been time spent together, shared social circles, the same parties, the same trips, the same events. There were memories of traveling with friends, of being on the road, of overlapping worlds where celebrities constantly run into each other. Concert tour in places like Amsterdam, group hangouts, long nights where everyone in the same orbit ended up in the same rooms. But according to that explanation, it had always stayed strictly friendly. Nothing more. Nothing inappropriate. And yet, that explanation didn't stop the conversation that was quietly spreading across the internet. Because when this story first started circulating, something unusual happened. There wasn't the explosive shock people normally expect from a celebrity scandal. No mass outrage. No dramatic meltdown online. Instead, there was something stranger. A kind of quiet recognition. Almost like people had already imagined this possibility long before the rumors began. As whispers started suggesting that Kourtney Kardashian might be dealing with serious problems behind closed doors, the reaction wasn't disbelief. It was a collective shrug. Not because people were certain anything had happened, but because the story felt familiar. When Travis Barker suddenly started being linked to rumors involving someone barely out of her teenage years, the internet didn't treat it like a shocking twist. It felt more like the next chapter of a storyline people thought they already understood. For years, their relationship had been presented as something almost mythic. A love story that was supposed to feel rare, intense, cosmic. The soulmate narrative. Two people completely obsessed with each other. Constant public affection, endless touching, dramatic declarations of devotion. Everything about their relationship seemed designed to broadcast passion at maximum volume. But when the rumors appeared, that glossy image didn't collapse in a dramatic moment. It simply lost its weight. Because when people looked at the situation more closely, nothing about it actually felt new. A rock star in his 50s, suddenly caught in messy age gap drama, isn't exactly unheard of. In fact, in the celebrity world, it's practically a stereotype. Which is why the internet didn't spend much time asking if something shady might have happened. Instead, people started asking a different question. Why did anyone expect this story to end differently? From the very beginning, the relationship between Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker had raised eyebrows. Not because they didn't seem happy, but because the energy around them always felt intense, vast, almost overwhelming. The relationship went public with a kind of urgency that demanded attention. Public displays of affection everywhere. Hands constantly intertwined. Kissing at award shows. Declarations that they were completely obsessed with each other. It wasn't subtle. And when love starts feeling like a performance, people naturally start wondering who the performance is actually for. That question has become even louder now. Because what's making this moment hit harder isn't just cheating rumors. It's memory. The internet has a long one. And a lot of people watching this unfold remember the history surrounding Travis Barker long before this relationship began. Stories about infidelity didn't come from random gossip accounts. They came from interviews, from confessions, from his own words. In the past, he openly admitted to cheating during previous relationships. Not vague rumors, actual admissions. That kind of reputation doesn't disappear easily. Even when someone appears to have changed. Even when a new relationship is framed as redemption. When Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker made their relationship public, it was packaged almost like a transformation story. The idea that the right person can change someone completely. That love can rewrite someone's past behavior. It's a beautiful idea. But the internet tends to trust patterns more than promises. So when the latest rumors began circulating, the reaction wasn't panic. It was resignation. Some people laughed. Some people sighed. A lot of them simply said, "Of course." Not because they had proof, but because the possibility aligned with what they already believed. Then another old detail resurfaced. One that had never fully disappeared from the conversation. Years before the relationship began, Travis Barker had openly admitted that he was attracted to Kim Kardashian. Not rumored. Not speculated. He wrote about it himself. That confession permanently complicated the dynamics surrounding the family. Because once people know that information, it becomes impossible to completely ignore it. When Travis eventually ended up marrying Kim's sister, Kourtney, some observers didn't see it as a random love story. They saw something much more complicated. The same family. The same circle. The same orbit of fame and proximity. Too close for comfort. Even though Kim Kardashian publicly denied anything ever happening between them, the knowledge of that past attraction planted a seed of doubt that never completely disappeared. And that seed is part of why the current rumors spread so quickly. Not because people wanted to destroy a marriage, but because the narrative slid neatly into an existing pattern. Once the rumors began, the internet started digging. Old interviews resurfaced. Old photos were re-examined. Old moments that once looked harmless suddenly felt uncomfortable when viewed through a new lens. Whether those connections were fair or not almost stopped mattering. Because once a celebrity scandal reaches a certain level of momentum, it stops needing proof. It runs on implication, on history, on the feeling that the pieces fit together too easily. The rumor itself, reportedly, began with a blind item. One of those anonymous posts that hint at celebrity drama without naming names directly. But this one wasn't vague. It described a famous reality star allegedly being cheated on by her husband with someone close to the age of his own daughter. Once people read that description, the guessing game didn't last long. The Kardashian universe isn't exactly massive. The internet connected the dots almost immediately. And then the comment sections exploded. Screenshots circulated everywhere. Threads multiplied across platforms. People started pulling apart every detail of the relationship. Even small things suddenly felt suspicious. The nonstop PDA. The constant closeness. The way the couple rarely seemed to exist separately. What once looked like romantic intensity started looking, to some viewers, like something else. Control. Reassurance. Even anxiety. Online discussions, especially on Reddit, began exploring the idea that their closeness might not just be about love. Some fans speculated that Kourtney Kardashian stayed physically close to Travis Barker because she didn't fully trust him. That always being present was a way to prevent potential problems. Others pointed out how her lifestyle seemed to shrink after the marriage. She was seen mostly with Travis and their baby. Her public presence outside that circle became smaller. To some observers, it didn't read as simple motherhood. It looked like someone trying to minimize risk. Even constant references to breastfeeding and being needed at home were interpreted by some as socially acceptable reasons to avoid leaving his side. Whether those interpretations are fair or not is another conversation entirely. But once an idea like that takes hold online, it spreads fast. And comparisons to her past relationship only amplified the discussion. Many longtime viewers remember the version of Kourtney Kardashian who existed during her turbulent years with Scott Disick. Even during chaotic moments, she often appeared more independent, more grounded. more separate from the drama surrounding her partner. Now, the energy feels different to some fans. More fragile, more tightly wound. Of course, others argue there are simple explanations. She had a baby later in life. Parenthood changes priorities. That's a completely reasonable perspective. But skeptics remain unconvinced. To them, the dynamic feels less like peaceful domestic life and more like someone quietly holding things together. And when that perception combines with Travis Barker's long history of impulsive behavior, past addiction struggles, and admitted infidelity, the rumors become easier for people to believe. Not proven, not confirmed, but believable. What pushed the conversation even further wasn't actually a rumor at all. It was something Kourtney Kardashian said herself. On the reality series The Kardashians, she admitted that her marriage isn't effortless. She talked about the amount of balancing it requires, about how different their personalities are. Travis thrives on constant stimulation, movement, energy, noise. Kourtney has always leaned toward calm routines and quieter living. That contrast alone made people pause. Not because opposites can't work, but because it reframed the intensity people had been noticing for years. Suddenly, the constant closeness didn't just look like passion. It looked like maintenance, like something that had to be actively managed. And once that possibility entered the conversation, everything else started to look different. The PDA stopped feeling spontaneous. It started feeling performative. The declarations of obsession sounded less romantic and more like reassurance. Proof. Proof for the audience. Proof for each other. Proof that nothing was wrong. And when relationships reach that stage, it usually means something underneath might already be unstable. Even small moments began taking on new meaning. At one point, Travis Barker liking provocative photos connected to his son's girlfriend raised eyebrows online. For many people, it wasn't a shocking scandal, but it reinforced a narrative about blurred boundaries, about impulse, about patterns that never fully disappeared. At that stage, the discussion stopped being about whether one specific rumor was true. It became a larger question. Did he actually change? Or did people simply want to believe he had? Because when someone has a long history of crossing lines, the public doesn't always need new proof to imagine it happening again. They just need consistency. And whether fair or unfair, Travis Barker has never completely escaped the shadow of his past behavior. Which brings the focus back to Kourtney Kardashian. Some viewers now interpret her calm public presence as someone protecting her peace, trying to shield her family from unnecessary drama. Others see something different. Denial. Someone holding onto a version of reality that might be harder to maintain than it appears. Either interpretation is possible, because the truth behind closed doors is something the public will probably never fully know. But one thing has undeniably changed. The fairy tale version of this relationship doesn't feel as powerful anymore. Not because of one rumor, but because doubt has entered the story. And once doubt appears, the illusion of perfection rarely survives. Now the conversation isn't about a single accusation. It's about trust. The reason this rumor traveled so quickly isn't just gossip culture. It's familiarity. People believed the possibility because it aligned with a pattern they already recognized. Whether Travis Barker crossed a line this time or not may never be confirmed publicly. But the larger issue is that many people watching simply believe he's capable of it. And that belief alone has reshaped the narrative around this marriage. As for Kourtney Kardashian, the question now lingers quietly in the background. Is she protecting her family? Protecting her peace? Or protecting the image of a love story that millions of people watched unfold in public? Maybe she saw the warning signs and decided they were worth the risk. Maybe she truly believed things were different this time. Or maybe the truth sits somewhere in the middle, far more complicated than the internet will ever allow. What's certain is that the perfect love story people once believed in doesn't hold the same certainty anymore. Once cracks become visible, even small ones, the illusion never fully returns. And in a family that has lived nearly every moment of life in front of cameras, perception often becomes its own reality. So whether these rumors fade away or resurface again in the future, one question will continue to hover over the story. Was this relationship built on trust? Or on hope that history wouldn't repeat itself? Only time will reveal the answer. And until then, the speculation isn't going anywhere.